Fate needs you, Proxy. Fate has noticed your talent for altering destiny. Reality hangs in the balance, as does the future of Apocrypha and Nirn. Hence I bring a message from Hermaeus Mora, the one who knows. Mora offers you a purpose, an aspiration dark and heavy. We are bound together by a common danger. Enemies of Hermaeus Mora threaten his realm of oblivion, and in so doing pose a threat to the mortal world as well. Therefore Mora sent me to meet you here and secure your cooperation. Only a mortal proxy can deal with the threat and save both Apocrypha and Nirn. The fates of both realms are linked, and you are the key to preserving reality. Without you, everything unravels. Help avert this disaster and Mora will reward you. The one who knows instructed me to give you this, a condensate of planar potentialities. You will not understand. It is ink. Take it to the Ulvano cistern, a ruin near the city. Pour the ink into the water, and your path will become clear.
Where are all the workers? The overseer was... You there! Do you work here? As a notary for the Quama Consortium of Necrom, I demand that you explain why production has halted. Are you aware of the irreparable harm this is inflicting on our image? The Consortium will be none too pleased. Apologies, Traveler. I came on a little strong there. I'm an auditor sent to inspect Anka Egg Mine. It's been a few days since their last shipment, and the higher-ups are growing restless. Please, this isn't the first workers' strike I've negotiated. Wait, you don't think something dangerous happened here, do you? Well, I have expense funds for this assignment. Might I hire you as a bodyguard while I perform my audit? I'm required to inform you that as a contractor for the Quama Consortium, you are held to the highest standards of conduct. But on a personal note, thank you. Now, we'll need to inspect the pens, speak with the Overseer, and take note of the Queen. More activity in the mine, but... Oh, by the green! What happened here? Mesa! Is she... Oh, no.
Is someone down there? Please, help us!
Someone's alive? Let's hurry.
Now you are a welcome sight. Please tell me the way out of here is clear. We were starting to lose any hope of escape. Shore's bones. I ask for aid and they send an auditor. At this rate, there won't be a mine left to audit. I'm Overseer Ulfengar. The egg tenders behind me are Malsa and Barlock. We barely managed to escape the Quama, let alone those damned cultists. Yes, I sent word days ago asking for more guards. We first saw them sneaking around the mine, but now they've broken in somewhere near the hatchery. They've whipped the Quama into a frenzy, and I'm worried they're trying to poison the clutch. Fomessa went looking for survivors down the southern ramp. An egg tender Gain left to scout the southeastern passageways for a way out. I ended up here with Malsa and Barlock. If there are others alive out there, you'd know better than me. Oh, Fomessa. She was hard as steel, and twice as sharp. If she didn't make it, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us. Can you find Gain? He made his way towards the mess cavern not too far from here. One of the egg hands, Gain, noticed young Quama returning to their pens with green slime. A few days later, we started spotting cultists skulking about. What better way to poison a clutch than to taint the young ones? But there has to be more to it. There are plenty other mines across the peninsula. Killing this brood would only be an inconvenience to the Consortium, but yet the cultists are here in full force. I'm certain there must be more to their plan, but I have to look out for the miners.
Wait, who are these people? And what are they doing to this mine? From my notes, I think this was Gyne, one of the chief eggheads. Look, a notice on the pen. Let's see what it says. Green ichor. Could that be the source of this frenzy? This poor hive.
The afflicted ichor has proven most effective. It has made short work of the Fake Line.
This contagion will destroy Necrom's food sources and
All this destruction, all this suffering. Why are they doing this? Irreparable harm to this egg mine. But at least you dealt with their leader. Thank you. No, what have they done to her? The mine is dead without its queen. Perhaps we can still harvest her pheromone gland? Thank you. The consortium may be able to rebuild the hive with that. Poor thing. That's everything. Let's head outside. The Overseer and the others should have made it out by now. Overseer, I'm glad you all made it out. With your expertise in the Queen's pheromone gland, we should be able to reopen the mine in...
Reopen the mine? After the Consortium left us to die? To sovereign God with this mine. You've got the Queen's gland, re-queen the mine yourself. We're leaving.
Ulfingar, please reconsider. Ulfingar? Friend, can you please talk to the Overseer? The people of Necrom will starve without this mine.
If Sindiath had wandered in here alone and gotten herself killed, how long before the Consortium sent another to find us? A day? A week? We're lucky someone of your mettle was nearby. You have my thanks, friend. Truly. It failed the moment those Consortium hawkers chose to ignore my letters. Does Sindiath really think a queen's gland and some elbow grease will be enough to put that place to rights? You saw what those cultists were doing. It's blighted. Finished. So it's my burden, then. Sure as bones. Those bastards are just greedy enough to risk it, aren't they? With a fresh queen's gland. Ah! No, we'd need an army of egg hands, alchemists, a staffed garrison. The Consortium would never agree to it. Well, I guess we'll find out. Let me see this gland, and tell Sindiath we'll stay on if the Consortium provides all the staff and resources I need. The moment they hedge, I'm leaving, and taking Malsa and Barlek with me. Necrom be damned.
That sounded like it went well. Please tell me you have some good news. I really need something to soften the blow of this report to my superiors at the Consortium. Oh, trust me, I'll make sure the Consortium does what is right. To send an auditor in place of soldiers? Unbelievable. The safety of the people of Necrom is my highest priority. Take my thanks, and everything that I owe you.
Good. You can start by making sure the families of those lost in the mine are properly taken care of.
Of course. Honoring those lost is the first step towards making things right. The first of many.
You there! You look like a capable forager. I need some help. Can we talk? Thank the ancestors you stopped. Right. Well, I'm in a bit of a predicament here. I need to collect ingredients for a medicinal tincture, and I simply don't have time. I need someone to help. Ah, yes. I am Balver Bemis, retainer to Oathman Lero Rawless of House Telvanni. Lero suffers from beastly headaches, and I'm making a tincture to address his malady. I need some hard-to-attain ingredients. If you aid me, I'll pay you well. I need the musk gland of a bull netch. I spotted some netch remains around Kemmel Z. Also a plant called the volcanic stinkhorn from near Salem Mora. And lastly, fungal blooms from a dead shroom beetle. The best ones skitter around Tel Dreloth. Once you collect the ingredients, I'll make the necessary preparations at my workstation in Ald Isra. You know, getting the viscosity right and all that. Well, they're vital to the recipe. I don't want to bore you with the details, but the stinkhorn provides a binding catalyst, while the bullnetch musk gland balances the humors. They're very important. Yes, definitely. They provide a nutty, hay-like flavor. Covers up the bitterness of the brew, you see.
presence of Hermaeus Mora. We must converse. Laramil has done well, and brought fate's chosen into my unrelenting gaze. All other outcomes are now excluded. From this moment, fate's ever-branching tree begins to grow again, and with it, new possibilities emerge. It concerns beginnings and endings, secrets too dangerous to reveal, and the stability of the threads of fate. Hidden rivals threaten my realm, and thereby threaten all of reality. If they succeed, fate will unravel and doom both our worlds. I am the golden eye of fate, and the keeper of whispers. Knowledge and memory are my domain. Laramil has done well, and brought fate's chosen. Laramil has done. It concerns me. I am the golden eye of fate, and the keeper of whispers. Knowledge and memory are my domains. How this threat eludes me, I do not know. But you are the key to preserving Apocrypha. I have foreseen it, and in doing so, you shall save the mortal realm. Let Laramil guide you, as she can perceive the threads of fate without undue mental anguish. They converge in 3 locations, places of revelation. Meet her in the Necrom bindery, in the mortal city of the same name. Now, let us seal our covenant. The 3 glyphics before you contain the concepts necessary to create a contract to bind us. I submit to this is a promise of cooperation. You may serve as my proxy without fear of harming your own interests. Now, take the glyphics. Combine them. It is for your peace of mind, mortal. I offer to bind myself, to give you the power to constrain my actions, so that you may trust me. The contract also marks you as my proxy. That could prove beneficial in some places you must travel. Precious little. They are shadows that vanish under my scrutiny. Obscure figures that somehow hide from my gaze. It is disconcerting. Never have I been so blind. Every possible fate unfolds before me. They all lead to an event I thought erased from chance eons ago. If this course isn't altered, Apocrypha falls, reality unravels, and Nirn is destroyed. This enemy eludes me, but you are my secret advantage. That is the reason fate chose you. Your instinctual ability to succeed no matter the obstacles placed before you, no matter the odds. Follow the threads I selected for Lyramil. See where they lead. That is the key to saving both our realms. Do you know so little, mortal? Apocrypha.
That was a waste of time. No one goes to Salem Mora anymore, and now I can see why. Getting badgered by priests and buoyant armigers isn't worth seeing the one impressive relic they keep at the shrine. Is that where you're headed? The Shrine of St. Voorhees? Patron saint of House Telvanni? It's the only reason why anyone would go to Salem Mora. I stopped by to see the relic of St. Voorhees, but the High Priest wouldn't even let me get close enough to get a good look. I didn't stay long enough to find out. Apparently, it's an honor just to be in its mere presence. Didn't feel like anything special to me. If you're headed that way, maybe you can see what all the fuss is about. Good luck, outsider. You're going to need it.
The talisman of St. Voorhees will be mine. And I'm all yours, Relasi, if you can catch me.
The Lark of Rosgard is so smug when he's got the high ground. He won't be so smug when he's level with my boot. And his little disappearing act. Let me get my hands on him and I'll make him disappear. That fetching thief has been a thorn in my side for far too long. He's planning to rob the shrine at Salem Mora of the sacred relic of St. Voorhees. I need extra hands if I'm to stop him. Yours could do. Are you looking for work? Stand in for me at the shrine and the Khajiit caravan nearby. Ask questions. Search for any clues or suspicious activity and assure the High Priest that I have everything under control. Help me, and I'll make sure you're compensated for your time. High Priest Treelan will be your point of contact at the shrine. He seems insistent the Khajiit are involved in the heist somehow. I have a feeling they're only guilty of poor timing. Meet me back here when you're done. The Lark of Rosgard is a slippery, pompous, no-good brigand. He plots his exploits and picks his marks to sow misery, reap notoriety, and make my life difficult. I know very little about the relic. You might ask about it up at the shrine. Meet me here when you're done.
Why are we stopping here, when these dark elves lurk about the edges of our camp?
Oh, Shadea, you worry too much. Surely they mean us no harm.
Old fool.
Luck be with you, Walker. This one is Elier Sodro, Caravan Elder. Our wares and coin are in short supply, but our camp is open to all who may seek to rest and be at ease. What does your heart seek that we may provide? No. We Bandari are used to scrutiny, but rarely from such a distance. The Dark Elves in these lands seem colder than most. This is no matter. This one extends his warmest welcomes to you instead. The shrine. Oh, that shrine. It is a place holy to Dark Elves, yes? Of little interest to us Khajiit. This one is late in his years and does not remember. But he may have accidentally wandered through? Yes, that was probably so. Ask Shadea. This one thought it sensible to hire protection while crossing a land rife with slavers, and her sharp eyes miss nothing. And you are welcome to ask around our camp, Walker. Make yourself at home among the Bandari. As Bandari, our travels take us wherever the roads may lead us. The roads happen to lead us here, to this Salem Mora. We sought to stay at the grand outpost east of here, but it seems to be in ruins. This one has seen many years pass, and wearies more easily of travel. He thinks just this one more night will do well for his aching bones. You are welcome to join us, Walker. We have food and tents to spare for those who share our company.
What is it you want? Your nose is too close to my face. This one is called Shadea. She and her mercenaries are here only to protect the caravan for coin. This one dislikes this place and will remain no longer than she must. You have questions? Talk to the Elder. This one knows nothing. This one is not in the habit of paying tithes to foreign saints. The elder may have gone, but he insisted others stay at the camp. Fine by this one, so long as she gets paid. Yes, a nosy walker came to spy and ask foolish questions. And Shadea was the only one bothered by this. Then again, the elder and his family are Bandari. They are used to being treated like criminals. Anything else, nosy walker?
All may bask in the talisman's divine glory. From a respectful distance, please. Excuse me. Please step back from the relic. If you're here to bask in the presence of the talisman of St. Voorhees, I humbly ask that you do so out of arm's reach. If you have any questions about the relic's history, I'd be more than happy to answer them. Shh! Not so loud! This is a very delicate situation. We need to ensure that what few pilgrims we have aren't scared off by any of this. Relassi hasn't exactly kept us apprised of her plans. What did she send you to do? Of course she did. That's it. I'm sending a priest to shadow her. After Relassi came through to examine the talisman, I've had to stand watch. I've made sure not to let anyone get too close, especially not any outsiders. It's been exhausting. Aside from you, there was one other, an Elakajit who asked many questions. Without, I might add, the judgmental sneering typical of most outsiders. I cannot recall his name, but he was alone. I've heard the dangerous ones only travel in groups.
Here. The locker's in the crypts. He just slipped past. I just saw him. The Lock of Rosgard. He's in the crypts. Just need a moment to catch my breath. I was setting up protective runes in the crypts when some Swit priests came bumbling in after me and set them off. We were forced to flee when the spirits of the interred attacked us, and then the Lock of Rosgard managed to slither into the crypts. He's so slippery, there's no guarantee they'll even slow him down. Quickly, please. If you can help deter the spirits, I'm sure we can corner him and stop this once and for all. Quickly, into the crypts! We can't let him get away! Can't be too far ahead.
The way that priest tripped all of your protective runes, it's almost like they're working against you, Relassi.
No! Get him! Quit running away, and I'll do more than that. Switching sides! I know that fetcher's here somewhere. Let's see if we can draw him out.
And the talisman is mine! You know, if you leave that replica where it is, the High Priest would be none the wiser. It could be our little secret.
No, no, no! Nobody saw me. How could the Lark have known? He has the talisman. The real talisman. I made a replica of the original. Switched it out without the High Priest knowing. Then, I hid the real one down here to keep it safe. The High Priest refused my order to take the relic off display. He thinks it's safe, as long as he's watching it. But the Lark could steal stripes off a cat. If I couldn't stop his heist, I thought I could at least trick him into taking a replica. That arrogant swit! And if that foolish priest hadn't prematurely set off my runes, I'd have clipped the Lark's wings and had him dead to rights! Tell me this isn't over. Tell me you found something useful. Something at the Khajiit camp, maybe. A story. Great. What reason would this elder have to visit the... Wait. Did you read this? His legend says the relic holds this Eye of Bandar. Fetch it all! I need you to get back to the camp quickly, before the High Priest intervenes. Keep an eye on that elder. If he's really involved, he may not know the danger he's put himself in. Believe me, even if only one of the Khajiit is conspiring with the Lark, the High Priest will make sure the entire caravan suffers for it. I'll see to High Priest Treelam. I'll assure him that you're in pursuit of our thief and everything is going as planned. If you don't manage to recover the talisman, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Because I'm an armiger, I should delight in such a grand and poetic experience. But no matter how clever or prepared I am, every chapter against the Lark ends with me playing the fool. This refrain only ends when I beat him for good. Go ahead. Meet up with you soon.
Walker, help. Please. They're still alive in the ruins. Walker, please. Save my family. Shadea kept pushing to leave. Elir Sudro insisted we stay. And then he told her everything. The relic, the thief, secrets we swore to keep. He spoke on the ice value to the Bandari, but she heard only the promise of coin. Took them to the ruins. The relic is the price of their lives. Too late for me, Walker. Please, find the Lark. Save the others.
Everything went off without a... Wait. Where is everyone? What happened here? Did you do this? I knew Relasi was desperate to get me, but I never thought she'd order something like this. Shadea? Why did he tell her? That old cat is too quick to assume the good in everyone. And perhaps I'm about to make the same mistake, but I'll ask it plainly. Can I count on your help in rescuing my client and his family or not? You think the Bandari are paying me? They could barely afford to pay their mercenaries. The Lark of Rosgard never leaves a job unfinished. Simple as that. Stealing is so inelegant a word for what I do. I prefer to think of it as reacquisition. And the simple answer is that some things are much better earned than bought. Trust, for example. If I give you the talisman, will I have earned yours? When we get to the ruins, I need you to barter with Shadea. Do whatever you can to keep her occupied with the talisman. While you do that, I'll do what I do best. It's a gamble, but I think we can pull it off. I have some answers, but let's not go on too long. As much as I'd welcome seeing Relasi, I think it's best if we keep ahead of her for the moment. You really don't trust me, do you? If you must know, I was waiting until you ran off to try and catch a moment alone with Relasi. If I had known what happened with Shadea, I would have come straight here. Nothing. All the times we met before, there was this fire in her eyes when she pursued me. Now it's gone. I think I pushed her too far this time. I thought making my presence known would have just made things worse, so I left her alone. She was on duty guarding the library of Vivek when she almost caught me reacquiring a rare first edition on behalf of the original author. She took it very personally, and she's been obsessed with catching me ever since. Oh, sure. Within kissing distance every time we've met. The only reason she hasn't yet is luck. Plain and simple. But you'll never see me admitting that to her. Better to leave her thinking I'm at least one step ahead. She's obsessed with my every movement. But I'm the flirty one. Sure. Oh, I wonder if she'll be jealous when she finds out we've been working together. I keep telling her we should run away together. That's probably what she tells herself to keep from saying yes. I'll meet you at the ruins. Remember to keep Shadea talking as long as possible.
closer or this one will bleed out the Elder. Where is the thief?
Shadea, please. This one is sure that Walker means no harm. We can talk through this, yes?
You should have kept your nose to yourself, Walker. This does not concern you. What? Where did you... It does not matter. Give it to Shadea, now! With so many hands grasping for it, someone must pay well for it, yes? Shadea is losing patience. Toss it over now! What was that? No! Curse you, thief! No! You will pay for this, Walker! Surrender the talisman or the others die!
Please, Walker. Save this one's family. Give her the talisman if you must.
That's Relassi. Follow my lead and play along.
Stop right there!
You've tricked me out of the talisman, but you'll never catch me alive!
Scoundrel! Thief! The pariah curse you and hound your steps for all your days!
Well, that was convincing.
This one is not injured, Walker. Perhaps it is a better fate than he deserves. This one misplaced his trust, and now pays dearly for it. Those who tried to fight back were killed. Please, Walker, none of this was worth the lives of my family. Save who you can.
I came as quickly as I could. As soon as I saw what happened at the camp, I followed the tracks here to the outpost. But Beck, what a terrible thing. If there are any others left alive, we need to save them. I'd have been here sooner, but High Priest Treelam kept badgering me with questions. He hasn't even realized his precious relic was replaced with a fake. When I got there, he'd taken it off the pedestal and was clutching it to his chest. While there are lives at stake, I couldn't give a nix. If you can go after them, I'll escort the Elder here safely out of the caverns. Can I still count on you?
the talisman willingly? Face Shadea's blade and suffer.
My thanks, Walker.
You are a true friend to the Bandari.
This one shall pay your favor forward.
Oh, good. I was starting to get worried. The others just passed me. They're safe. Now, all that remains is to decide the fate of the Talisman of St. Voorhees. She wouldn't. The only person Relassi wants to suffer for this crime is me. And she still needs to catch me. Besides, if the High Priest knew about her little stunt with the replica talisman, she'd be finished. We've got that we can hold over her. Way ahead of you. While you were saving the hostages, I doubled back and managed to steal Relassi's replica off the High Priest personally. Serves him right for not listening to my favorite armiger in the first place. So I could give it to you. Will you honor the patron saint of House Telvanni by restoring his shrine's most beloved spoil of war? Or will you don the mask of the pariah and deliver them the replica? The choice is now yours. For everyone involved to keep their desired reputations, there is no one else I can trust with this decision. It has to be you. I mean, I know what I'd do, but it's in your hands now. As far as Relassi knows, you only have the original talisman. If you give the original to Elior Sudro and the replica to Relassi, she'll have to pretend it's the real thing, or get herself in a whole world of trouble by admitting how she lost it. Then you'll have honored the tribunal and saved the Shrine of St. Voorhees from a fate of worshipping a worthless trinket with no real mystical properties for time immemorial. Or perhaps they'd be doing that either way. Who can say? What they don't know won't hurt them. The Eye of Bandar has been lost for generations, and yet the Bandari kept its legend alive through stories. Is the faith in St. Voorhees so fragile that the loss of one relic would send it crumbling? That question, my friend, would be best asked of Elior Sudro. Though if you've heard the tale of his little ancestor, you may have some understanding of it already. Relassi has made things hard for herself, remaining a decent person in her line of work. Even her making that replica was done with the best of intentions. Chasing someone for so long with little to no headway can't be easy. She deserves a win. When we've just started having fun? No. The Lark's got plenty of work to do, believe me. And if I wind up playing the fool in Relassi's story more often, I think that's something I can live with. Relassi follows a code, as did St. Voorhees, as do the Bandari, as I do, and I'm sure you do too. Our codes clash and harmonize. Most of the time, they pass in quiet opposition. I'm holding out hope that Relasi and I will harmonize again someday. No. See, the important thing here is that Relasi didn't catch me. In fact, you looking like you caught me works in my favor. Trust me, she needs the encouragement. It'll keep her from giving up. My reputation wouldn't be half of what it is today without Relasi making me notorious. That's a valuable thing to have in a long-term adversary. And she keeps me on my toes. That's useful. Even if I'd much rather she have me on my back. See you around, stranger. And send my fondest farewells to Relasi, will you?
The Walker has returned. 1,000 blessings to you, Savior of the Bandari. This one mourns those lost when Shadea's greed overtook her. But we would have lost so much more if it were not for you, Walker. This one knows not how to express his thanks. The buoyant Armiger, she failed to catch our tricky friend, yes? Ha! So, the fate of the Eye of Bandar falls to you. Whichever way you choose, Walker. This one asks only that you do not use what you learned today about the Eye to challenge the faith of those who serve at this shrine. This one grew up hearing the story of his little ancestor, sparing the life of her caravan by tricking the Fiery One into his obsession with the Eye. Now, this one followed his own obsession and lost many. Ask what you will. This one will answer. Ah, by all appearances, it is a simple gem trapped within a gilded talisman, yes? The Eye of Bandar is a relic traded between clans of Bandari. The holder may ask for any item, any favor within means, and the receiver must provide. Should you break it free from the talisman, you would see. It is moonstone, worth very little coin, yes? And yet, it is rubbed smooth and small from passing between the hands of my people. A symbol of indulgence and trading in good faith. Walker, this one is at a loss for words. Our caravan will pay forward your generosity 1,000 times, but what will become of the shrine of St. Voorhees? Very good, Walker, very good.
Good, you're back. Just as we planned. The Lark got away, but the remaining Khajiit are safe, right? Then it's a victory in my book. Did you recover anything else for me? I recognize my handiwork. I'll be a hero returning this to the shrine. It's a false victory, but no one needs to know that besides us. Take your payment. If we meet again, I hope it will be after I've taken the upper hand on the Lark of Rosgard. What happened today was a setback, but the knowledge is my burden to bear. No one needs to learn from it except me. I'll make it right by capturing the Lark of Rosgard next time. I swear. I'll send a report to my superiors. I'll remain in Salem Mora for a few days, just to make sure it's safe. and then I'll likely be back on the trail of the Lark of Rosgard. Oh, I've always had an eye for that sort of thing. The sacred gem looked enough like moonstone that I made it work in a pinch. A little bit of weathering, using some basic spells, and that's it. Sometimes I wonder if I got in the wrong line of work. It's just being furtive and aware of your surroundings. I suppose I have some sort of intuition I've picked up from my work on... You know what? I'm going to stop this line of questioning right here. No. I get enough teasing about how good a thief I'd be from the Lark of Rosgard. I don't need it from you two. Now run along before I decide to change my mind about not taking anyone into custody for this case.
Armiger Relossi, your efforts in returning this relic to our shrine will be noted.
Please? I have no one else I can turn to. I need help. I worked as a servant in the towers of Tel Drelloth. Nathan, the son of Mistress Drelloth, is being kept prisoner there. At least, I think he must be. Nathan and I had plans to leave Tel Drelloth together. Someone must have found out, because the day we planned to leave, I was dismissed from my position. Mistress Drelloth, or Suthiel, I suppose, pushed me out without a chance to see Nathan. If she's holding him against his will, he'll be in the isolation tower. The only access is through the lab in the caverns that run underneath. There's a key in the top floor of the main tower. Please, can you help me? I'll pay for your assistance. Thank the eight you came along. I had no idea how I would do this on my own. I know Suthiel would just throw me out again, but Nathan is my whole world. I can't possibly leave Tel Drelloth without him. The first step is finding that key. There's the main tower, and you can see the isolation tower to the north there. They're not like the towers back home, but they're beautiful in their own way. Nobody's noticed us so far. The key is in that chest. It's a spare for when the researchers misplace theirs. Got it? Let's speak for a moment. All right! We have the key. This is going better than I thought it would. And it's strange. Everything looks so different in here without the wards. It all feels so empty. Nathan's protective wards. You know, Sathiel's magic barriers that kept Nathan's half of the tower in isolation. I couldn't cross them at all. They certainly made tidying up a bit of a trial. I mentioned the wards before, didn't I? Sorry. I guess I've been here so long it's become normal to me. Sathiel said the outside world would kill Nathan, and she was working on a cure. But as far as I know, she and her husband were trying to cure the Nahaten flu. He died years ago, when Nathan was just a baby, from the disease they were trying to cure. Sathiel must be sheltering Nathan for fear of losing him, too. She's doing it out of love. That I can understand. But that doesn't make it right. We'll take the portal pad to the cellar. Then the key will get us into the labs. From there, it's just making our way through the caverns to the isolation tower. As long as we don't cross Sathiel, the others will be too busy to stop us. Good question. I've never known her to be particularly combative, but if Nathan's wards were any indication, she does wield very powerful magic. Which she may use to escort us out. Nathan's well-being is a family affair, and the researchers are far more focused on their work. They're tasked with observing their subjects for the slightest changes, so they won't keep their eyes on us for long, anyway. Test subjects for her experiments. Animals, as far as I know. Some of the experiments are rather grisly. I kept away from the lab for that exact reason. I've heard some of these Telvanni use slaves for such things, but Sathiel's not like that. No, and that's exactly what worries me. She's tested no cures on him because there's nothing to cure. He's not sick. She just wants control. Poor Nathan. His mother loves him, but it's almost like she's the one with the sickness. I don't think I've ever seen it this empty down here. Where is everyone? Wait, what are these subjects doing out of containment? Why are they like this? What has Sathiel done to them?
Maybe there's something here that explains what happened. What's that? It looks like a letter. What did you find? Anything that explains what's happened? Let me see. No! I'd never write such a thing. Did Cecile write this? Does she really think this sounds like me? What did the research notes say? Spores? The researchers spoke of those. Little seeds on the air, invisible to the eye like flu or fever. I think that's how molds and mushrooms make more of themselves. Delman spore sample. Delman? Delman? What is that? It sounds like a name. It sounds familiar. I just can't place where I've heard it before. She mentions these toxic spores interfering with wards. Does that mean Nathan's wards? If these spores reach the isolation tower, he could be in danger. No. The observation outpost. What happened? Where is everyone? Thank the 8 you're all right.
Daisha, stranger, you shouldn't be here. Too dangerous. Go no further. Spores nearly killed me. Barely exposed. Natural immunity. I will live. Heard shouting, then screaming. Everyone came running. Big mistake. Subject spores. Too strong. Wanted to escape. Mistress Dreloth. She coaxed him back to isolation. Delman, too strong. Stronger than I've ever seen. Delman, Mistress Dreloth's greatest experiment. The cure, the affliction. Delman did this. Trouble breathing. Barely survived. The other researchers, not so lucky. Too late for them. Go no further. You could be killed.
I'm glad Tunche is all right. But he's just given us more questions than answers. I know he's one of her most trusted assistants, but if this Delman is one of Sethiel's experiments, how does Tunche not blame her for what happened here? I know, but... fetch it all! I just wish I could remember where I've heard it before. Delman. Delman. No, that's just the trouble. If Nathan had said or written it, I'd probably remember it exactly. Delman. Delman... It's on the tip of my tongue. Where did Tunche say Sethiel took the subject again? That must mean the isolation tower. Where Nathan is. Let's keep going. I don't know what we're going to do, but Sethiel needs to be stopped. The researchers too? Gods, what has she done? Wait. Do you feel that? It's like we're being watched.
I've tolerated this incursion long enough. Whoever you are, you've fallen for Dacia's fanciful tale. And now you're enabling her dangerous obsession with my son. Nathan made his feelings for Dacia perfectly clear in the letter he wrote. Or was that vital piece of information kept from you? So what if I did? They'd both do well to believe it. They can never be together, do you hear me? Never! Leave this place! Forget all that you've seen, or you'll end up worse than Tunche. Delman? Where did you hear this name, Delman? Ah, I see. So your half-informed mind proves far more dangerous than an uninformed one. You cannot help. Leave this place, or I will do everything in my remaining power to stop you.
Delman was her husband. That's right. I must have heard it from her once, long ago when she first brought me on. He died from the Nahatan flu. The thing she's trying to cure. I've never seen her like this before. I don't know. Has she gone mad? Was she always this way? If so, she's been hiding it, and I can't blame her. If she were carted off to Gorn, she'd be parted from Nathan. The thought of it probably only made things worse for her. If you mean to heed Sethiel's words and leave, then I'll have to go on alone. Nathan is my whole world. I'm not leaving without him.
If you won't listen to me, perhaps my guardian will compel you to turn back. You cannot fight the danger that lies ahead. This is your last chance. Daisha, turn back, or you may never leave this tower again.
Daisha, stay back! I tried to escape, but she was right. My mother was right about everything.
Nathan, what are you talking about? We're here to rescue you.
Stay back from the ward. Mother says it's already in a weakened state due to the strength of my affliction. I don't recognize you, stranger. What are you doing with Daisha? Rescue? Then she really does love me? There was this note, you see. I was certain it was fake, but then I saw you and, well, I started to wonder. But I cannot leave. If you came through the caverns, you must have seen what I'm capable of. My father, yes. The affliction my mother gave me. She named it after him. I didn't know until I tried escaping. The wards were never for my protection. They kept others safe from me. If I had left with Daisha when we planned, she'd be dead. A living cure. A symbiote that protects its host with toxic spores. I would not be alive without it, and it would not thrive without me. All these years, she really has been trying to cure me so I might live a normal life. Why did I ever doubt her?
So now you know the truth. I'd kept this secret from Nathan his whole life. That he might not grow up knowing he was a monster of my own making. That he might keep his will to live while I sought a cure. After all, I gave him the Nahatan flu and cured him of that too. Delmin and I were trying to save the world. Promising fungal spore sample was on its way from Black Marsh when Delmin caught the very thing we were trying to cure. And I lost him. I had to know if the spores would have saved him. And now I know. Nathan came from me. I am enough of him that the fungal symbiote does not register me as a separate entity, and therefore not a threat to its host. That is when I named it. Delman Mycota. The cure, like love, that would be with us always. The truth is a poor cure for love. I did not want Daisha to share my fate of being shackled to tell Dreloff by her own heartstrings. So I tried to drive her away. But since hers is a love that clearly cannot be cured, I have devised a choice for her. If Daisha is willing, I can safely inoculate her with the same spores I used on Nathan. She will share his affliction and his confinement. But they will be together, and she will want for nothing, except perhaps her freedom. Then she can make herself useful and help me find a cure. I'll hire her on again. I need someone dependable to procure rare ingredients to keep testing possible cures for Delman Mycota. Perhaps someday she can be one of my researchers. My researchers signed on with me because of my area of study. They knew the dangers of Delman Mycota as well as its potential. All that space in the labs was necessary for safe experimentation. I regret their loss, but they knew the risks. Or, if I had time to think of a more believable lie to tell the both of them. I knew they had been meeting for quite some time. When I overheard their plans to run away together, I had to act quickly. or else risk Dacia's certain death. Of course I did. I was glad for it at first. Dacia brought Nathan happiness. If only they could have remained content being in love, with the wards up between them. It was only when they doubted me that things got dangerous. And now, here we are. I've been studying Delman Mycota for over 20 years. If anyone can find a cure, it's me. I'm not about to abandon my life's most important work. There has to be something that can eradicate the fungus once it's disposed of the Nahatan flu. What does it matter if she and Nathan are able to live out their days together? I'd only prioritize curing her. But I am a researcher. I am not above recognizing the benefit of additional subjects with which to compare results.
Nathan and I could finally be together. But the way to do so means becoming his mother's experiment. But I'd be safe, provided for. I'd get to dance and sing every day with the one I love. Some would kill for such a gentle life. Leaving for good is no option for me. My heart is Nathan's and his is mine. If I don't give up my freedom, I can help Cecile find a cure. I'd get to see the world like I always wanted, but I'd be in her service. And I'd be alone. Life offers no guarantee of love either. But I found that, didn't I? I don't see it as giving up my freedom. I see it as a choice of how I get to show my love. But my heart is split. If you were in my place, which would you choose? If my freedom is the price of being with Nathan, then I'll pay it. To be with my love is better than having to wander the world alone. Thank you for keeping me safe, and helping me see the best choice, stranger. Here's your reward.
You're staying? Truly? Are you sure, Dacia?
I fought this hard just to get to Nathan. Of course I'm staying.
Why are all the I hope you don't work for my quarry. No, you don't look a type. Huh. I'd rather not have to do everything myself. How would you like to be a distraction? The Morag Tong are keen to see this writ taken care of, so there's plenty gold to share. The punishment of Luafan Romavel. She convinced those Kamona Tong scoundrels to take Argonian soldiers hostage and force the Ebonheart Pact to pay a large sum for their release. I'm here to ensure that her plan fails, and she never hatches another. You're a distraction and a secondary measure. We cannot let either Luafan or the soldiers remain in their current positions. Free the soldiers and do something to draw out Luafan. Sound an alarm, make noise, but leave the kill to me. With you providing a distraction, this writ just got significantly easier. Kimona Rune is just ahead. Are you ready to see what traitorous cretins like Luafan Romavel and the Kamona Tong can do? Remember, you're my distraction. Make a commotion in there.
These smooth-skinned fools will regret capturing me. These dung beetles insulted me for the last time. Tied up with trolls?
I thought I'd be tied up there for ages.
Where is that Swit? Doesn't she know how inconvenient this is? Where is it? Oh, there. That gong. Ring it. She has to come see why it sounded. Ring it, and I'll introduce Luafen to my blades.
Intruders? What's going on here?
Finally. I'll meet you outside. Free the prisoners if you haven't already.
outsiders. Creature, attack! I didn't mean me!
Captured by a dark elf, then freed by one. Do you think I'm just going to ignore the...
I don't care what you do, as long as you don't mention my part in it. I don't know how that sergeant knew about my involvement. I hoped having you free them would rid me of this inconvenience. Still, despite this unfortunate turn of events, I ended Luafen, and you followed directions well. Why can't both be true? I told you what you needed to know, but yes, I hoped the soldiers would know only your face. Still, I promised you a reward. Take it. We should part ways before we attract any more unwanted attention. Now, it's off to Necrom for me. Don't be offended, but I hope I don't see you there. Not for a writ, anyway. You know which organization I belong to and what I do for them. Surely the answer to your question is obvious. I don't know the specifics yet, but I'll find more details once I'm there. Now, why in oblivion are you worried about them? They're soldiers. They know how to fend for themselves and how to find their commanders. I'm sure they'll be fine. We did our part and freed them from the Kamana Tong's grasp. The root of the problem has been solved. If they talk about either of us, then this nuisance may become a much larger mess. And as of right now, it's a mess that I do not have to clean.
Wait, hold on. Headed to Old Isra? Oh good, you stopped. No time for details. People eager to see me dead will come over that hill at any moment. So, want to earn some easy gold? Tell Hulan, the tower at Old Isra's east end. Inside there's a green mushroom. By that mushroom there's a dark elf. She'll probably insult you. She's my contact. Deliver this letter, then walk away with a pocket full of gold. Better you don't know. But fine. There's a spy among the Assembly of Masters. My contact's here to end the threat. Look, can you take this letter to her? Don't open it, don't look at it, don't talk about it. Hand it over, and you're done. Deal? Remember, a dark elf by a green mushroom in Tel Hulin. Tell her, both light and shadow can be deadly. She'll reply, though only one chases the other. Then hand over the letter, and she'll give you gold. Now, go while I lead my pursuers away. Get to Tel Hulin. I'll draw off my pursuers.
Any delay is unacceptable. We hired the Morag Tong to deal with this problem.
Bellow all you want. It won't change my process.
Outrageous! How dare you...
Master Phobes, a word, if I may.
I know the effect I have on people. I either scare them or attract them, and they can't take their eyes off me. But few ever dare approach me, let alone try to strike up conversation. So, what do you want to say to me, hero? Though only one chases the other. Alright, it's obvious Folsey sent you, and she gave you the code of a courier. That tells me you have something for me. Go on then. Hand it over. Folsey can fend for herself. Right now, I need to see if she learned anything to point me to the true identity of my target. Tredesem, the name on the writ, is an alias. Interesting. According to Folsey, House Drez established a camp to the south. Folsey seems to think so. Since you want to get paid, how about you help me out? I need to assassinate a spy in Tel Hulin. But to do that, I need to figure out who actually deserves my blade. It's quite legal. I have a Morag Tong writ of execution. A binding document that gives me the authority to eliminate the name on the writ. We figure out who Tredesem actually is, I finish the job, you get paid, and we go home. Not together, necessarily. Depends on my mood. So, what do you say? Congratulations, you're my new Folsey. First, go to the servants' quarters to the west and ask Akigo about the spy. Then visit the Drez camp to the south and see if they have any connection to this Tredesem. I need to keep watch here, just in case. You mean other than the fact that I have a writ for someone named Tredesem who apparently doesn't exist? That House Drez has a nearby camp? Or that I want you to question a servant named Akigo? Which of those would you like me to spell out for you?
No, Sulis. I'm out of patience. We need this...
Master Foes, calm yourself. This solves nothing.
Come, Dieter. Leave the hireling to her work.
Yes, Master Foes.
Well, unlike Foes, I am at your service should you require anything.
I have nothing to say to you, friend of the Dark Lady. Word travels fast in old Isra, outsider. I heard you work with the Dark Lady. Last time she came through, I had to clean up 3 bodies. If she sent you to ask for my help again, the answer is, politely, no. I do not want her to be angry with me. Just information? No risk to scale or tail? Very well. I don't know about a spy, but a servant leaves the quarters late every Sundas and Midas night, then returns early the next morning. No idea who, but there's always a strange smell the next day. What? No. It's locked for a reason? We servants don't have that much. I won't let a stranger in to go through our meager belongings. Nope, this key stays right here with me. Erdra. What? You wouldn't? You would? Fine. Working for House Telvanni is just one terrible moment after another. Here. But I don't want to know anything about what you do in there. Just leave the key in the lock. I'll grab it once you leave.
Did you see that woman outside? If looks could kill, she wouldn't need those knives.
Shh. She asked about her assistant. Just keep your head down.
Was that you, rummaging around upstairs? If you're a new servant, then I hope you learn to respect other people's belongings. Also, and I'll try to say this gently, your smell is quite pungent. Well, last week, the head steward assigned me to Master Sulis's quarters. He's friendly in public, but exceedingly mean behind closed doors. I heard him talking with Master's foes in Filsey about a secret project, but I didn't get any details. I have, and I wish they'd do it quietly. I won't tell the head steward, but they could repay my discretion by not disturbing my sleep. And no, I don't know who it is. Staying ignorant means I don't need to lie when someone asks. Yes, and it's right in front of me. Have you been wrestling in the swine pond? Probably with the servant that sneaks out late at night, I imagine. Please take that smell and leave. We've been trying to air out this place for weeks.
Hey, hero. Find anything pertinent to my writ? Notice how the servants around here love me. They know I'm here for bigger scribs than them. Well, come to think of it, I have had a writ or two for servants over the years. 3, actually. Anyway, find anything useful in there? You brought me a jar. Ugh, it reeks like Asha's undergarments. Why in the world would a servant need a jar of Kaguti musk? I can't think of a single useful purpose other than to stink up the place. Did Akigo have any useful information? Well, I'd say you'd found the source of the spell. But why go out on specific nights just to return with a jar of stink? Could it be some sort of weird romantic rendezvous? That's no courting ritual that I'm familiar with. Anything else? Notice how the spell. You brought me a jar. Well, I'd say you'd found the source of the spell. But why go out on specific nights just to return with a jar of stink? Could it be some sort of weird romantic rendezvous? That's no courting ritual that I'm familiar with. Anything else? Now that's interesting. Certainly worthy of the efforts of a spy, depending on the nature of the project. Let's you and I keep this to ourselves for now. See what else we can learn about this secret project.
I swear I saw a Moro Tong agent come through here. Who for it?
Over here, hero. Got anything interesting for me? Felsi's report didn't do this place justice. This isn't a camp. It's a House Dres foothold in House Telvanni territory. Any chance you found anything that will help us find the spy in there? Well, that narrows down the list of suspects, and it also tells us how they exchange information with their contact. They're using the Kuguti nests to the north as a pickup spot. Did you find anything else? Add all this to that jar of Kuguti musk you found in the servants' quarters, and I think we're getting close to catching our spy. Using false names to identify the masters. Clever, and demonstrates a sense of humor. Not quite yet. This could just be another diversion. Let's not jump to too many conclusions just yet. So it appears that an aide or servant leaves messages for House Dres at the Kuguti nests to the north, using the musk to keep from being attacked. First, go to Tel Hulan and update Master Sulis. Then we'll check on those nests. The clues indicate that Tredessim is an aide to one of the masters, who also sleeps in the servant quarters. They use Kuguti musk to approach the northern nests to exchange messages with House Dres. Update Master Sulis, then join me at the nests.
You're assisting the Morag Tong agent, correct? As busy as I am, I can always spare a moment for the hired help. Oh, that is good to hear. Even though the Assembly enacted the writ, I know that Naryu is under no obligation to keep us informed. I appreciate it. I know better than to ask for specific details. The Morag Tong prefers to work unhindered. Anything else? The Masters send representatives to the Assembly, our mouths. They have the authority to speak in our names. Some sessions require a Master or two to attend, as well as any aides and servants. Scribes take notes so every Master can stay informed. You did you? Interesting. Yes, I'm working on something with Masters Foves and Thilsey. We've been meeting frequently until fairly recently. Then Foves stopped attending. He's worried about the spy. His aide delivers him notes after each meeting. A very informative update. Thank you. Now you should get back to it. We'll all feel safer and more secure once this spy has been dealt with. Permanently.
Hireling, I hope you have a strong sense of discretion. Talking to Master Sulis like that may not be wise. I have concerns about him. Have you and the assassin made progress? I totally understand. What some call paranoia, I call prudent caution. This spy could cause irreparable damage to the Assembly, if not to House Telvanni itself. Tell me, what did you and Master Sulis talk about just now? Did he now? How easily he let slip confidential information to a stranger. I know others find me grating, but I've spent my life making House Telvanni stronger. This spy threatens our stability. I need you to find them. Eliminate this threat. I don't like this feeling of the wolves at the door. Your confidence encourages me. Thank you for talking with me. Now I must go. I swear my aide Gito is avoiding me. Just between us, he's let his grooming lapse. His odor is quite unpleasant. Hmm? Oh, Alamgito. Yes, he's been my loyal assistant for a number of years. Maybe I've been working him too hard. Seems like he has no time to keep up his appearance. And the smell! Perhaps I should get him a room outside the servants' quarters.
Interesting. Let's talk where there's some fresh air.
Here's the other one. You bleed before I let you find our spy.
I smell like a Kagudi, this place smells like a Kagudi, and you definitely smell like a Kagudi. Let me see that letter you found. Master Fov's aid. Interesting. Once House Drez heard about the writ, they must have panicked. Not so fast, hero. Have we found everything here at the Kagudi nests? There might be more clues scattered around this Drez message relay. If Gito and Drez used this site often, they could have left behind other information. Keep looking around for anything not Kaguti related. I smell like a cagoule. Master Food. Ugh, what's that on the letter? Are you sure that's just mud? Why don't you just read it to me from over there? Ah, probably that secret project the servant mentioned. Foes is part of the project, so as his trusted aide, Guiteau gains access to the details. May have even taken the notes himself. What else? Bristleback, Sparrow, that letter, and the dress camp explained these code names. This means Master Foves worked with Guiteau this whole time. They even tried to frame Master Sulis as the spy. Can't say I'm overly surprised. My next step is quite clear. I kill Guiteau. The writ covers Tridecim and just Tridecim. Anything you want to do beyond that is up to you, hero. Let's return to Tel Hulan. Hopefully Guiteau is there so I can wrap this up. Meet me in Tel Hulan. We can finish this there.
Tell me, assassin.
Looks like we got to that letter before Guiteau. He never received his orders to slip away and make a break for the dress camp. Makes my life easier. Now I complete my writ. I figured you'd want to witness a professional at work. After all your help, you've earned that right. The rules are quite explicit. Only the name of the writ is my target, and that's just Tridecim. Guiteau is the spy, and he's my target. Anything more is up to you. Do you want to tell Master Sulis about Master Phobes' plan to set him up? Show Master Sulis the evidence, if you like. Guiteau won't go anywhere without my notice. I'll wait here until you're done.
Was there something else, outsider? Nice try, Foves, but not good enough. I appreciate the effort, but he loses again, just as he always does. Thank you for this. This evidence is all I need to bury him. Or worse, make him indebted to me. You know what all good Telvanni masters do. Carefully consider my options, and then take the course that gets me more of influence, prestige, and power. Master Foves will need to be punished for dealing with House Dres, but beyond that, I need to think on it.
Now that Sulis knows what Foves was up to, the backstabbing and plotting will intensify. I suppose that's life in House Telvanni, though. Anyway, I'm glad Fosi decided to involve you in all this, hero. An excellent point. Never let it be said that Nario Virian reneges on a promise. After this, I need a long, hot bath. That's not an invitation, hero. Maybe next time? Ah, but I have this one other thing to deal with first.
Foves, I understand you have a spy in your employ.
So, now you know Sulis. Well, good for you. That and a few coins will get you a ride on the Silt Strider.
No use denying it. Assassin, complete your writ.
Then this is over. Tridecim.
No! Master Phobes made me! I didn't have a choice!
With that, my work is done. We did good, hero. You know, I sometimes visit the tavern in Necrom. Stop by if you're in the area. It would be nice to see you in less professional conditions. Sharpening my blades. You never know how soon I'll need to draw them again. Then a trip to Necrom, I think. I should pay my respects at the necropolis while I'm in the area. I put a lot of ancestors in those catacombs.
Brigands! Scoundrels! Fleshy, you! Yes, you must help me. Kemelzi, sacred site of the Tribunal, is under attack. The secret underground laboratory of Sothasil himself has been invaded. Overrun. Kemelzi, where the magician himself studied among the dwarves, is under attack. The Painted Eye found Kemelzi despite all our secrecy. I left Nelthas Drathan to defend Sothasil's laboratory, since he's a clockwork apostle. Mercenaries who steal magical items. Kemelzi holds dwarven technology and the magician's experiments. It's a banquet for their vile appetites. Please, talk to Nilthas Drathan and remove the Painted Eye from Kemelzi. The Tribunal will reward you. You'll find the entrance to Kemelzi here. It may be difficult to spot, but the elevator should take you straight into the magician's laboratory. Nilthas Drathan will be there somewhere. Find him and rid the holy site of the Painted Eye.
A few missing components and you cease to function. A creature of flesh, but without the sign of the painted. Come here. I assume that fool Thorin sent you? Well, your presence isn't required. I am a clockwork apostle, and I have the situation here well in hand. If you'd be so kind as to vacate the premises, you can reassure Thorin that he has no need to worry. Currently dealing with... I'm activating the Dwarven constructs. They're highly effective at frightening off any hostiles who come here. Really, this is standard procedure. I'm not even sure what that dithering fool was worried about. Have you faced animunculi? Whatever the painted eye are after, I doubt it's valuable enough to drive them to such bravery. Not when murderous dwarven machines spring from every wall. How could you possibly think I'd know something like that? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have sacred items to collect. Best not let any painted eye stragglers find Lord Set's world-altering projects. Give my regards to Thorin. I'm locking this door behind me. You can see yourself out.
Alert. Disruption. Danger. Repair construct. Stop the betrayer. Analyzing. Subject unknown. Threat detection unknown. Begin friendly introduction. Greetings. I am Proteus. Camel Z security oversight. Error. Diagnostic check. Error. Error. Dreaming. Burnt fields. Rust. Apostle Nilfar Straithen override. Doors. Unlocked. Painted eye hostiles. Outer laboratory. Compromised. Error. Dreaming. Incomplete. Diagnostic test. Failed. Totus model. Critical components missing. Conclusion. Affirmative. Imperative. Stop. Apostle Nilfar Straithen. Protoss security oversight. Error. Protoss assistance. Repair required. Critical components missing. Scanning for components. Recipient's cortex. West wing. Cognition cluster. West wing. Self-repair protocols. Accessible. Components required.
In desperation, all things consume one another. Is this a sign of imperfection? Or is this the fundamental truth of creation? It's separate from morality in mortal world.
Scanning component location. Components nearby. Insert into Commar shelf. Recipient's cortex functional. Cognitive cluster restored. Corporeal system repair complete. Hello, I am Proteus, Camel Z security oversight construct. I ensure that the inner laboratory is not disturbed until the creator, Lord Set, returns. My form is fully functional, but my memory and connection to the systems here remain fractured. Nilfar Straithen removed the mnemonic fragments which facilitated that connection. We will need to install new ones. Another of Lord Set's early projects. Later he stored his memories in the stars, but in Camel Z he was more grounded. They can connect information to the inner workings of the laboratory. Importantly, they are compatible with my form. Affirmative. These are the locations of the major mnemonic fragments. Find them, and my systems will be fully restored.
flaws, yet all achieve a sort of beauty. Is that it?
It took the Creator a long time to differentiate mandatory flaws from those he could improve upon.
Others believe in chaos. That choice gives an agency. I know differently, yet I find myself hesitating. Am I actions worried my actions lead to failure? Given time, your joints will wear down. Your precision footpads will bend and crumble.
Self-repair was the only way the Creator could circumvent inevitable deterioration.
is missing. You, Protus, are more purpose than half of all mortals. So why aren't you better than them?
The Creator left before I could learn the answer to his question. Return to the antechamber. I will meet you there, so we can gain entrance to the inner laboratory. Laboratory security and oversight protocols restored. Locating Apostle Nilphas Dracon. Dreaming. Damp cough. Polished key. Apostle Nilphas Dracon and several unregistered guests approach the Clockwork Probabilis. Intrinsic forces govern events on Nan. Some are constant, like the force which compels objects to fall to the ground, while others defy prediction and categorization. The Probabilis allows for willful manipulation of such forces. It is a prototype, a precursor to Lord Set's great work, the Throne Align. If Apostle Nilphas Dracon activates the Probabilis, Nern will suffer destabilization. Loss of life will far exceed acceptable thresholds. Safeguards breached. The Painted Eye breached the door to the inner laboratory. They are close to the Clockwork Probabilis, and Apostle Nilphas Dracon is with them. I will use the security measures to hinder them, but we must protect the Probabilis. Through the door Apostle Nilphas Dracon used when we first met. It will open for you now. Security oversight protocols becoming available. Subject for Apostle Nilphas Dracon.
Protus, you're active?
Pulse, Apostle. You won't reach the Probabilis.
probabilis.
Your hypothesis is incorrect. This will only result in catastrophic failure. We must stop him before his actions cause irreparable damage. We arrived too late. Apostle Nilfos Drathan activated the probabilis. Stop him before it makes a lasting change.
Probabilis is active! You think you can stop me now? The likes of you won't stop me! Directive activated. Dreaming.
It works. I knew it would, but combining mnemonic fragments in this way is complicated. Hello, mortal. I am a memory gestalt facsimile, so the seal in all but flesh. I see Nilfos Drathan's bid for control over the probabilis is over. Good. He lacked the capacity to understand it. Even as a mnemonic fabrication, I know that many will take issue with my work. Nilfos Drathan tried to reconcile his beliefs with reality, and his answers fell short. He leapt to false conclusions, as he was always going to. I could not, just as he could not stop himself from committing this act. Cause and effect are matters of fact. Now that the Drathan event is concluded, Protus will receive new safeguard directives. When we are through, speak to Protus.
work here is complete. I thank you for your service. If you would not mind returning to Thorin Armus, please tell him that his presence is no longer needed in Kemel-Z. He is mortal. Mortals can be swayed to endanger the security of Kemel-Z. I'm sure Thorin Armus will quickly be assigned to another sacred site. Do not fear for Thorin Armus. I will maintain this laboratory on my own. It is my duty. Without Nilfus Drathan to guide them, the Painted Eye's presence here will dwindle until the halls are quiet once more. I will work with the security systems in order to drive the Painted Eye out. I cannot say. It may only take a few hours, or it could take a season. It depends on how stubborn they are. But after they are gone, I will begin the locking sequence. Like my creator before me, I will shun the world of mortals. Not me. The creator, Sotha Seal, did. My directives must be detailed and precise, as I oversee many systems here in Kemel-Z. I have one last directive to fulfill before beginning my new duties. Here, this is payment for the services you rendered.
Ah, welcome. You returned at just the right moment. I assume you brought the ingredients? Ah, excellent. Yes, I see you found the remaining ingredients. Knew you could do it. Knew you could. Give them to me, if you please. Everything else is prepared. Well done. Yes, just needs a bit of finessing. Brilliant. Should be all ready now to give to Othman Lero. May I ask one more favor? Could you give it to him in my stead? Last I saw him, he was meeting with Spellwright Varsva. Oh, you know the usual, cleaning this, tossing that, busy. I need to avoid the mushrooms. Yes, that's it, the mushrooms. All those spores in that area are murder on the sinuses. To be honest, I tried to keep a good distance from Othman Lero. I do some apothecary work for him and gather any ingredients he needs for his own work, but best not to get underfoot. He's a yeller, you know. Vivek, never! I could never. He would strike me dead for speaking out of turn, with spells and such. I mostly keep my head down and stay out of his way whenever possible. That's why you should deliver the tincture, not me.
Psst, you. Yes, the one who talked to Balva. Follow me. Saw you talking with Retainer Balva. He's up to something. Perhaps old Edril can help you find out, eh? For the proper price. I'm just a servant doing their tasks around all Isra. A servant with the house's best interest in mind, you see. Servant, retainer, oathman, spellwright. Regardless of station, we all do what we must to get by. Edril Athrin. I serve Retainer Balva. But that's not important. Like I said, Balva is up to something. Stinks. Maybe some coin will help me remember what it was. Yes. Coins jog the memory a bit. I remember seeing Balva's journal. He keeps it in the basement of the Retainer's billet. Read it, and I'm sure you'll find out what he's really up to.
I've summoned the guard.
Give Laro the tincture, and all will be well. Just a quick jaunt. He's nearby. Honestly, I envy you. A brisk daily walk is excellent for the humors. No, I would never. Well, yes, I would. But please, just give him the poison. I mean the tincture. I'll take blame if you get caught. Just deliver it to him. He's truly awful. Bullying, boorish, with bad taste in clothes. Need I go on? This is the Telvanni Peninsula. What other options do I have? If I just make him sick, he'll blame me for it. If I do nothing, I'll just continue to be bullied. Please, take the tincture. But just don't tell him. That's all I ask.
You're a criminal. I doubt you'll try anything like this again.
Oh, stop complaining, Laro. Your headaches are no excuse for poor results. You are of House Telvanni. Find a remedy and press on.
Ah, my head. Balva is sending some minion to deliver my tincture. About time. Lazy fool couldn't even deliver it himself.
I work with Oathman Laro, not for him. If you have business with him, get to it.
Do you need something? I don't have time to waste with someone below my station. I've important House Telvanni affairs to see to, and my head is aching. Oh, don't mind if I do. Bulver Bemis sent word that he had made a tincture for me. Glad you managed not to get lost. Damn these headaches. Makes it hard to concentrate and deal with my indolent and incompetent retainers.
Careless fool! Didn't even take a whiff before guzzling down a vial from a stranger. Well, I suppose his seat is empty now. I wonder who will claim it.
It worked? It worked! Is he... Oh, he is... It feels as though a great weight has been lifted from my chest. I can't thank you enough for playing your part. You did wonderfully, and I am freed from my terrible predicament now. I don't know how to repay you. Or, wait, I do. Here's the coin I promised.
Well, we need a replacement. By the power granted me by House Telvanni, I bestow upon you, Bulver Bemis, the rank of Oathman. Now be gone before someone poisons you.
Oathman! Well, if you say so, Spellright, I promise to bring pride and glory to House Telvanni.